train. I don't know if it's true. I saw an interview, but these days with AI, you don't even know. So this is caveat to me saying that I don't know. But I saw an interview where they said President-elect Trump said that they're going to stop doctors and nurses from Nigeria coming to America. It's bittersweet. Bitter because, you know, when we have these people go, it helps our economy as well in terms of people in the diaspora sending money back and all whatnot, and it's good value for their service and the amount of intellect that they put into it. But it is that's the sweet part. But it is bitter for us because we get denied the opportunity to be able to access these people. And that's some of the challenges that we have. You know, some of our quality people have had to travel, they've had to leave the country. And we can't blame them, we can't say you must stay here. But is it possible for us to create an enabling economy that allows them to stay? High operational cost, oh my God, the operational cost in Nigeria is ridiculous. You need to talk about things like power, we spoke about roads, we spoke about, okay, it's still working. And it's just ridiculous. We have to, when you buy a diesel generator, you have to buy the backup for the generator. It's crazy. You will do inverter. When you finish doing the inverter, then you do the generator, then you do the backup. Then you have to still be friends with NEPA because those ones too can deal with you. It's just there's so many roadblocks in terms of operational costs that need not be. You know, if interventions could be done there, that would be great. We talk about technology gaps. You know, outdated machinery like. When you go to China, I was in China in April, and it was my first time there. I was there, I saw the level of technology, just everything, and I was thinking to myself, I was speaking to my uncle, and I told him, I said, look, that in Nigeria is like maybe 50 years behind. He said, no, please don't say that again. Nigeria is like 200 years behind. We have a lot of catching up to do. You know, there's so much that we can do with technology. But then again, when you think about all the limitations that exist, sometimes technology can be expensive. And so for us, we need to now start thinking about how to overcome some of these things so that we stop using outdated machines. When you use outdated machines, sometimes you have to do the work over and over again. Sometimes it's too slow. Sometimes it's just even to be able to service the machines. The people you bought it from will tell you that, oh, unfortunately, we have discontinued this line, we don't do it anymore. You know, it's just ridiculous. And then we talk about data points. This is some data that I found really sad. You know, in Nigeria, when you want to manufacture, the power average is 0.40 cents per kilowatts. In South Africa, it is 12 cents. What does that mean? That's over 300% more. It costs 300% more to be able to run a manufacturing company here in Nigeria than in South Africa. And when you think about it, I worked on a project recently. We needed to source some tile. Believe it or not, the tile had to come from South Africa. It's just unbelievable. And I was so pained when this had to be the decision. Because at the end of the day, when you think about all the tiling that we have in this country, you're like, why do we have to go to South Africa? But it was a specification. And the fact that it was coming from South Africa was even more painful. I celebrate South Africans, I have nothing against them. But they're a fellow African country like us. Like, what exactly is going on? You know, and then we talk about regulatory barriers, you know, compliances. When you look at different countries, you know, they say EU standard, American standard, this one standard. What is Nigerian standard? You know, what are the things that we're putting in place so that we don't get abused? And then you talk about logistical challenges, you know, long lead times, high shipping costs. It's so difficult you bring something in from the Obodus. Sometimes it lands in the port. First, let me give you a personal experience. Our last container, let's come to the last container. First, it was coming, they said there were issues on the Red Sea. So a normal travel time that's supposed to be, I think, about 28 to 30 days, it ended up taking 40 days. And now you must understand that for you to put something in a container, you've purchased it, you've bought it, that's money that is tied down in acting, doing nothing. And then it took forever to finally get to Nigeria. Get to Nigeria, let's get it out of the fort. Guess what? Another hurdle. And every day we were getting reviewed rates. Today is this rate, sorry, tomorrow is now this rate. So when you think about all of these logistical challenges, you're just like, what's going to give, right? And so we're going to be talking about some strategies that I put together that I feel like may help us. So how am I doing for time? Too long? Okay. So some strategies for scaling production. One of the things that I've put here, and I think I've spoke about some of them. See JSET, for example. JSET is a school of interior design that is training people and teaching people, skills. And these are lifelong skills. You'll never throw them away. They belong to you, but you can take them off you. These are the things that we need. We need vocational centers. We need vocational centers where we're doing education for skill gaps that are relevant to us as a country. I'm not saying that we should not compete with international people in terms of all the other courses, but there's so many courses that we do in our Nigerian universities, in our technology centers, that are not relevant to us. And people end up going to do careers that are totally out of what they train for. Can we create vocational schools that can solve these gaps and create artisanry that will end up having? We can even export our people, why not? If we train well and we have the right craftsmanship, people will definitely gravitate towards made in Nigeria. Also collaborate with universities for research, work